Good evening, junkies. Welcome to EminiJunkie.com, your ES Trading Mentor's free trading video for Thursday, January 6, 2011. Today we had a total of 5 executable trade signals for a max potential of 12 ES ticks. This video is for educational purposes only, is intended to highlight our high probability trade setups and give you a feel for the quantity of trades taken each trading day using this approach. A full trading plan and daily live trading room can be accessed via the website at EminiJunkie.com. Okay. This morning we actually had a pre-market half gap trade set up. We had a signal to get short that did produce targets 1 and targets 2 for a very small half gap, only 4 ticks off that move. And then we opened up shortly thereafter at 73.25. The market continued to move down and actually hit into what would be the T2 off that normal entry had we not taken profits at the half gap. And then did a little bit of a retracement back up to its moving average, kind of got into a little sideways price action here. We ultimately pushed down real close to the Globex low, and then on a very quick move to the upside, there was an opportunity to go long. It came down to its signal entry level. It only touched with one candle here, so what we do, it hit that candle and went on to what would have been its T2 target. So we do not give it any credit for that. That was actually a no fill, although there were maybe a few folks that got filled with only one candle. It's we just count that as an opportunity loss, so no awards on a trade nor profit on that particular one. But then we came back down through our moving average. You see we actually had a signal to get short that produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the downside for 6 ticks, and then we ultimately pushed lower on that move down into about that 11:10 time frame before we found a little bit of support. And if you were looking at any of your long-term charts, you know there was a long-term buy signal off of that, gave an opportunity to take a bounce back up to the gold line for some additional ticks there, but not an official trade entry, although we did have some folks take advantage of that in our room today. The market then basically got into a little back and forth chop action through the lunchtime dead zone, and that's exactly why we avoid it. Oftentimes on these videos you hear me say between 11:30 and 1:15, you know, there's usually more volatility, lighter volume, and sure enough today was positive proof of that. Had you been taking signals, you know, there would have been, you know, 4 or 5 different opportunities in there, and that's just something that you want to avoid altogether. So we wait until after 1:15, and you can see we were still even in the chop at 1:15. We actually had a signal to get short. First contract got off T1 -2, but ultimately ended up getting stopped out as the market then started rocketing to the upside off of that 1:30 reversal time period. In fact, that quick move gave us an opportunity to take an extension that did produce targets 1 and targets 2 for 6 ticks to the upside. And then from earlier this morning we had some known resistance up here. It was the previous day's close. That 71.75 level was an area we had been watching, and sure enough the market got up into there and reversed directions and then just became a larger range. So it was a range bound day. We kind of talked about that in the room this morning from the get-go, and it pretty much panned out that way. There was actually one more signal to the downside, another T1 -2 here as it traversed through the pivot and pulled back to it. First contract off, no follow through, T1 -2. So all in all, pretty productive day. We ended up with 5 trades for 12 ES ticks. Pretty much a chop day. There was opportunities to range trade this day and even have fewer trades, but a better tick count per trade. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. For more details on this plan, including all these chart setups we've talked about, or to join our live trading room and video newsletter, please visit EminiJunkie.com or just simply click the link at the top of the screen. Thanks, and make it a great day.